Ukraine has officially received from the American side a draft plan. We outlined the fundamental principles that matter to our people. We agreed to work on the plan's provisions in a way that would bring about a just end of the war. In this context, allow me to make several critical points. First, while Ukraine stands ready to engage in meaningful negotiations to end this war, including at the leaders' level, our red lines are clear and unwavering. There will never be any recognition, formal or otherwise, of Ukrainian territory temporarily occupied by the Russian Federation as Russian. Our land is not for sale. Ukraine will not accept any limits on its right to self-defense or on the size and capabilities of our armed forces. Nor will we tolerate any infringement on our sovereignty, including our sovereign right to choose the alliances we want to join. Any genuine peace process must respect a fundamental principle: nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine, and nothing about Europe without Europe. And let me be equally clear, we will not reward the genocidal intent that underpins Russian aggression by undermining our identity, including our language. Second, support for Ukraine is indispensable. Peace requires strengthened security and sustained financial assistance to Ukraine. Reinforcing Ukraine's defense capabilities is not an escalation. It is the only path to compelling Russia to engage constructively in international peace efforts. In this regard, we express profound gratitude to all partners and allies. This support is an investment in the rules-based international order and global peace. Third, the Kremlin regime will not stop unless it is stopped through unyielding and concerted pressure. There is only one realistic path to ending this war. Russia must be compelled to retreat, economically, politically, and militarily.
Good morning. So we have a very packed agenda today. So first we're going to discuss Ukraine. We had a very good plan to discuss very specifically what more can we do with the shadow fleet, because it really has an effect on Russia's revenues to finance this war. But of course now we are going to discuss also the recent news. What we as Europeans have always supported is a long-lasting and just peace, and we welcome any efforts to achieve that. Of course, for any plan to work, it needs Ukrainians and Europeans on board. So this is very clear. Also, we have to understand that in this war there is one aggressor and one victim, so we haven't heard of any concessions on the Russian side. I mean, if Russia really wanted peace, it could have agreed to unconditional ceasefire already some time ago, whereas we see again over this night bombings of civilians. 93% of Russian targets have been civilian infrastructure, I mean schools, hospitals, apartment buildings, to really kill a lot of people and cause as much suffering as possible. So this is our standing. Now we also discuss Middle East. Of course, now we have the United Nations resolution in place, and we are discussing how to also change the mandate of our two missions, the EUBAM Rafah border crossing mission, as well as the EUPOL COPS, which is training Palestinian police, which is also part of that broader peace plan. Then we have a comprehensive discussion on Sahel planned. We have a new strategy in place, and we need a mandate to continue with that, how we engage with the countries in Sahel. And finally, we also have a discussion on Sudan. As you know, we are also putting sanctions on Sudanese now, the first time, to really put the pressure on those who are, committing the atrocities in Sudan. So we also discuss what more can we do. For lunch, we have the ASEAN ministers, so we can also discuss with them the common security challenges that we have in the world, and then in the evening we also have the Indo-Pacific ministers here, and we will have the Indo-Pacific ministerial tomorrow, so we can talk about that then.